A gentle noon breeze stirs the dust along the quiet, winding village path under the bright golden sun. The village path seems to stretch before them like a cheerful ribbon, inviting one more small adventure. Soon, Chubby Max pulls his trusty, rusty red bicycle from the shed, ready to start the delivery service. Max checks the bicycle twice, proud of the little service he has decided to build with care. At the same time, the playful puppy Buddy Popcorn trots over, tail wagging with excitement for the adventure. Buddy Popcorn circles the wheels with excitement, convinced that every journey should include a little mischief. Then, Chubby Max carefully settles the precious parcel into the wicker basket, ready for their very first delivery. The parcel looks ordinary, yet to Max, it feels like the beginning of a brave new responsibility. They begin their journey, pedaling slowly along the narrow, winding dirt path as the noon sun shines bright. Their first slow pedals carry hope, laughter, and the nervous thrill of trying something useful for others. Suddenly, the mischievous Buddy Popcorn leaps into the front basket, causing the bike to swerve and shake uncontrollably. Buddy's sudden leap turns the peaceful ride into a wobbling comedy before Max can even protest. The bike loses its balance, veering off the path while the bell jingles frantically in the gentle breeze. The jingling bell makes the whole lane sound as if the bicycle itself is shouting for help. A startled flock of ducks scatters across the road, adding chaos to their wild and bumpy, unplanned ride. The ducks flap away in every direction, making the dusty road feel like a tiny village parade. Desperately, Chubby Max grips the handles tight, trying his best to steer the wobbly bike away from trouble. Max's face tightens with focus, but his heart is still full of laughter and determination. Yet, the puppy sits proudly in the basket, enjoying the breeze as if they were on a stroll. Buddy lifts his nose proudly into the wind, completely unaware that he is the source of the trouble. Soon, the bike zooms past the meadow, sending waves of bright yellow petals dancing into the warm afternoon air. Petals spin behind them like confetti, turning the accidental chaos into something bright and unforgettable. The delivery package balances on the very edge of the basket, shivering as the bike rattles along the path. The parcel wobbles dangerously, reminding Max that a delivery service requires courage as well as speed. With every turn, the boy tries to steady the bike, his concentration focused entirely on keeping them all safe. Each careful turn becomes a lesson in balance, patience, and keeping calm when plans go sideways. Meanwhile, the little dog watches the world blur by, barking happily at every bird that crosses their path. Buddy barks, as if cheering for the mission, making every bird and butterfly part of the adventure. The winding path eventually leads them to the riverside, where willow branches dip low over the clear water. The riverside brings a sudden hush, softening their nerves with the cool sound of flowing water. Then, a sudden jolt occurs as the bike hits a tree root, making them hop off the dirt track. The tree root teaches them that every road has surprises, especially when a puppy is in charge. In a moment of pure luck, the parcel pops into the air, only to land safely back inside again. Once the bike slows down, a moment of relief fills the air as they continue along the quiet river. They decide to stop for a short breather beneath the shade of a large, ancient tree by the river. Carefully, Chubby Max checks that the parcel remains safe and sound, untouched by their wild, bumpy village tour. Together, they sit on the soft grass, watching the river flow by while catching their breath for a moment. A cool, light breeze dances across the water, rustling the green reeds and cooling the warm afternoon air around them. The curious puppy gazes toward the distant village rooftops, seemingly ready to find their way back home for the delivery. Soon, Chubby Max stands up, brushes the grass from his pants, and grips the handlebars to start moving again. With determination, they pedal back onto the path, determined to finish their mission and complete the delivery on time. Slowly, they carefully cross the narrow stone bridge, listening to the soft, rhythmic sound of the water beneath them. Looking down into the stream, the dog watches the clear water ripple, enchanted by the peaceful, flowing movement below them. As they move along the dirt path, the village begins to come into view, bathed in the gentle afternoon light. The ringing of the bike bell echoes through the air, announcing their arrival as they return to the village lane. Finally, they reach the street where the recipient's house stands, just as the afternoon begins to turn to sunset. The bicycle comes to a gentle stop right in front of the rustic cottage, just as the sun starts dipping. Chubby Max takes one final look at the package, ensuring everything is in perfect order for the happy recipient today. The little puppy hops out of the basket and shakes his fur, glad to be back on solid ground again. When the friendly neighbor opens the cottage door, a warm smile greets them, making the long journey feel worthwhile. With a polite nod, Chubby Max hands over the parcel, feeling proud of their successful, albeit quite bumpy, delivery service. The puppy wags his tail excitedly, enjoying the gentle affection from their neighbor after their big, long, and adventurous day. The neighbor waves a cheerful goodbye, and the pair prepares to set off on their ride back to their home. With their task finished, they cycle down the quiet street, leaving the cottage behind as the day slowly winds down. Now, the puppy sits calmly in the basket as Chubby Max cycles steadily along the road, heading toward home again. As the sun lowers, a beautiful golden glow blankets the entire village, signaling the end of their busy afternoon tour. They make their way along the winding path, surrounded by the warm, soft colors of the approaching early evening twilight. Then, they cross the open fields, where the cool air carries the scent of damp earth and late-blooming summer flowers. The little dog yawns, feeling the weight of his long adventure as they head steadily toward their cozy home together. A gentle smile spreads across his face, knowing they had quite an adventure, regardless of the many twists and turns. As shadows lengthen and the first star appears, the familiar road leading back to their house feels very inviting now. They arrive back in their own yard, welcomed by the soft, warm glow of the lights from their quiet cottage. Carefully, he places the bike back in the shed, feeling quite content as the day comes to a peaceful close. The little puppy trots toward the porch, looking forward to a warm dinner and a soft place to sleep tonight. Standing on the porch, he gazes at the night sky, satisfied that their delivery mission was completed just in time. As the world grows quiet, the cozy little house settles down, resting after a truly long and eventful afternoon day. Under the gentle glow of the moonlight, the village trees stand tall, rustling softly in the cool midnight air. The winding path is quiet now, holding memories of the long and busy delivery journey earlier this afternoon. A gentle stream continues its steady journey toward the hills, singing a lullaby to the sleeping village tonight. In the darkness, the faint, sweet chirping of night insects fills the air, creating a truly relaxing, quiet melody. Above, the stars twinkle brightly in the wide, open sky, watching over the small cottage nestled in the woods. The old wooden gate creaks rhythmically as a small breeze pushes against it, slowly swaying back and forth now. Everything remains perfectly calm on the wooden porch, where the day's hard work finally gives way to total peace. A single warm light glows from the cottage window, shining softly into the dark yard, welcoming the night's rest. The red flowers rest quietly under the moonlight, closing their petals for the long, calm night of deep sleep. The thatched roof provides a peaceful shelter, keeping the cottage cozy and warm throughout the quiet night ahead of us. Deep into the night, the wildflower field looks like a vast, dark sea under the bright, glowing full moon. The hills in the distance fade into soft, dark shapes against the deep blue canvas of the quiet night sky. The old wooden gate stands guard silently, holding its place while the gentle night breeze drifts through the meadow. Everything in the meadow is asleep, resting under the silent, watchful gaze of the bright stars above the horizon. A beautiful, peaceful stillness rests over the valley, marking the final moments of our long and eventful afternoon day. The river water sparkles with the reflected light of the stars, drifting slowly along the quiet, dark, and soft bank. Long, graceful branches of the willow trees hang low, brushing against the calm surface of the quiet, dark water. Smooth white rocks line the edge of the river, waiting patiently for the soft touch of the cool, flowing water. Tall green reeds sway gently in the night air, humming along with the soft, steady rhythm of the flowing stream. The entire riverside is filled with a sense of calm, bringing a perfect end to the long, busy day together. The ancient stone bridge spans across the water, looking very sturdy under the soft, glowing light of the bright moon. Delicate moss covers the weathered stones of the bridge, keeping them warm through the long and quiet night hours now. Small purple flowers bloom along the edges, breathing in the fresh night air while the whole village is sleeping soundly. Beneath the bridge, the crystal clear water flows smoothly, reflecting the faint stars and the light of the silvery moon. Everything remains absolutely peaceful here, as the world rests and recovers after such a busy, memorable, and long afternoon. The large tree in the yard watches over the house, standing guard as the night deepens and the village sleeps. Stacked firewood leans against the stone wall, waiting for the crisp morning air when they will warm the cottage again. The tomatoes hang in the basket, glowing slightly in the moonlight, quiet and still in the cool evening garden tonight. The porch is empty, reflecting the calm after the busy day, while the house enjoys the silence of the night. Finally, the warm light in the cottage fades away, leaving the cozy home in deep and peaceful, quiet night sleep. Soft peace stays inside their little cottage until warm morning light returns again with quiet hope and